Okay, so this is a demonstration on how to run your own X72 report. Now the X72 report is a sales report that will pull out any codes that have been used within the diary system. So what I use it for is to look at missing vehicle information and also missing consent information. So for instance, if your sales exec has created a customer and you want to check that they've got the particular customer's consents and also added that crucial vehicle information, you can run this report yourself. So what you need to do, you go into my desktop, and in my desktop there is an area called reports. In the top left hand side there's an area called reports. If you click on reports and go to other, it will give you a load of reports. Now what you need to do is go to the report ID mask at the bottom and change that to capital X, and it's important that you do a capital X72. That is the report we need to run. If you click on tab on your keyboard, just one click of tab, it will then run or tell you which report you've selected, which is the X72 customer by contact code. If I double click on that and I put my date range in, so if I do this for, let's say, for yesterday, the 5th to the 5th, I don't need to touch any of the other areas, I just click OK. This will now run the X72 report. It takes seconds to do. So while that's running, what it will give you when it does run is obviously all of your exec's activity from the previous day. So you can look at any delivery codes they've used, any lost sale codes they've used, whenever they've created a customer from iAlive, whenever they've marked an NO1 or a UO1 on the system. So it'll give you everything you need to know. So what you'll see now is that it's read 1538 records and it's exported 1538 records, and it says report complete. You probably gather there it didn't take very long. I only ran it for one day. If you run it for a week or a month, it does take a little bit longer, but it's not too long, maybe a couple of minutes tops. You click close when it's finished, and then what it asks you to do is either export file to PC or quit. You need to export the file to the PC. So click OK on that. It takes a couple of seconds and then you think, what's happened here? It's not done anything. That's because that information has been written to a file on your computer. Now, whichever way you're looking at this, if you've got a laptop or an iBox, an iDesktop box, it goes into different areas. So for me, I've got a laptop. Mine runs in my documents. So if I access my documents, you'll see in a second, I can find this. So if I go into my C drive at the bottom, where it says computer, and it says C drive, I've got a report or a file that says ADP exports, and that's what you need to locate. It's normally in your C drive or it's in my documents if you're on an iDesktop box. So if I click on ADP exports, you'll see at the very top there, because I run a lot of reports, but at the very top there, you've got it says MKX72, and that's the report we need. If you double click on that, it opens up the data from yesterday. So quickly, I'm going to put a filter at the top just to show you how easy this is. And what you've got is obviously all the particular site, the particular exec who's added the code, and if we go across to the right hand side, you've got the missing vehicle information, or the VR, which is column J. That will give you where they've missed the information or they've added the information. And going across further to the right hand side, you've got from column R to U, you've got your marketing consents, and that will tell you if the customer is denied or agreed or sets a no agreement. So just to recap on that, once you've run it, put a filter, sort by the site. So I can obviously just select my individual site if necessary. So if I just say Cheltenham, and then I can go into the individual exec if I want to. I can look at what customers they've loaded on the system, what codes they've used. That's column D for the codes. So whatever they've added for that particular day. Going across to column J, that's the missing model information. So wherever it's got a blank, you know that customer hasn't got the missing the vehicle information on record. So you need to ask the exec to go back in and add that information. And then further on to the right hand side, that's where you've got your marketing permissions. And obviously, you need to focus on the one that's a no agreement. So in this example, it's those four there, and that's what you need to obviously push to the exec to do. The exec can run this themselves as well for their own individual data. All they need to do when they're in that X72 report is obviously just put in, let me just run it again and just show you. They can put in their sales exec code on there. So they put the date range in, the sales exec code at the bottom, and if necessary the location as well. If they know the location, brilliant. So for instance, V10 is Altrincham, V12 is Bolton, but they'll know the sales exec code, so they don't need to put the location in, just the exec code's fine. Click OK, and it runs to ADP exports, like I've shown you before. If there's any questions on this, or you get stuck or anything like that, please give me a shout.